Hi, I'm Isis, and today I'm going to show you how to make enchiladas in our 12-inch electric oil core skillet. And I'm using the saladmaster machine and an insulated bowl. So the ingredients that you need for this dish is I've got some corn tortillas, 2.5 cups of beans. This is black beans and pinto beans and green chilies. I've got a bottle of enchilada sauce. I'm going to use an onion, some corn, some carrot, and some cheese. The first thing I'm going to do is use cone number 2. Now remember, with your saladmaster machine, all of the cones, the numbers are on the bottom. And so cone number 2, it says number 2 and it says shredder. I'm going to put it on. Now I have the guard on. I recommend using the safety guard to save your hands until you're really comfortable using it. Now on the onion, I don't need to peel the outside of the onion. I'm just going to hold it against the outside, and then as it flattens, I'm just going to push the outside of the onion peel is between me and my between me and the grater. Okay, so it kind of peels it for you. So that's the first thing that's going to go in our enchiladas. Put this one in here. Actually, I'm just going to do it right into the pan. Sometimes that's easier because I'm going to add some carrot. All right, so I'm going to add some carrot, and I'm using cone number 2, same cone. This is a large carrot, but this is probably a medium-sized carrot. Gives it some more flavor, some more antioxidants, some more nutrition and texture in the enchiladas. Now next I'm going to use cone number 3. And in my recipe book, you'll see this says use a chayote squash, which is used in Spanish cooking. And they usually slice it and fry it. It looks like a pear, but today I'm just going to use zucchini. And you can see I can hold it on the outside of the machine, or I can put it in. Each way works. So cone number 3 is nice because on this particular cut, it gives it a nice little bite. And that's what I'm looking for, is this a little more texture with the zucchini. All right, remember the inside, you get all the extra bits out of the inside. All right, so here's the first layer. Now I'm going to use some sauce. So I'm going to layer this in, and I just want to put a small amount of sauce in the bottom. Probably about 1/3 of the sauce, because we're going to make a few layers here. All right, now I'm going to do some sprouted tortillas. Now, with our sprouted tortillas, I'm using sprouted corn. And the reason I like to use sprouted grains is because you're getting more of the vitamins and the minerals. It lowers the glycemic index. It makes the proteins and the carbohydrates assimilate better. So that's why I'm using sprouted. But you could just use regular corn. And you're going to layer this kind of like a pie versus rolling them up like enchiladas. So you can see I'm making this like a pie. I'm going to put 3 in the middle. And then I'm going to kind of just cut 2 in half and put it like a pie. So I've got all of this covered. Now it's time for another layer of sauce. I'm going to put more sauce to soften the tortillas. And this is nice too because it's low fat, because we don't have to cook all the tortillas in oil to soften them and in making the enchilada pie. Now I'm going to do about half of the black beans, pinto beans, and green chilies. You know, just soak your beans overnight. The next day I'll just put them in my pan. I usually add a little piece of seaweed kombu when cooking my beans because that gets rid of all the excess gas in beans. So half of the beans. And beans are great. They're one of the best sources of fiber in your diet. They have more antioxidants in them than berries. So you want to eat lots of beans. Really important source of fiber. 15 grams per cup, so that's a lot. All right, another layer of tortilla. And then again, I'm going to put these in half. There we go. Another layer and more sauce. And this is nice because it's so easy to assemble. It's a really hearty and fulfilling meal for your family too. All right, some more beans and chilies. And if you like just pinto beans, you could do pinto. I actually like mixing the two. And it turns out really nice. Okay, and corn. So I'm using about 1.5 cups of frozen corn. And if it's summertime and corn's in season, I mean, take a couple cobs of corn, take off the fresh corn. It's amazing, that flavor. But this I just have frozen sweet white corn. And time for another layer, our last and final layer of tortillas. All right. Now the last bit of sauce on the top. So it's an option now what kind of cheese you want to add. I think that my preference is actually, it's called Follow Your Heart. It's a non-dairy cheese, has a great flavor, low in fat content compared to the saturated fat in cheese. And we're gonna use cone number 1 on this. And I'm gonna just do it right into my skillet. And you can see with cone number 1 how nice it is. There's different flavors to a lot of different non-dairy cheeses, and I recommend being adventurous and trying. Just go out there and try a few because there's some really good brands. And so there's our cheese on the top. Now at the very end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some fresh cilantro. Cilantro is a natural chelator, which means it pulls heavy metals out of the body. So really, really great to add this to a green drink or eat lots of it in your salsa or sauces that you're making. Like make a cilantro pesto. That's really nice. So I'm going to chop this up and put it on at the end. But the cooking time on this, I'm using the electric skillet. And on the digital probe, what you're going to set it for is you're going to set it for medium temperature. And on the electric skillet, medium temperature is about 300 degrees. We're going to hear it clicking, and then I'm going to drop it to low. All right, so this is going to cook for 20 minutes, and now I'm going to make a delicious salad to go with our enchiladas, and we'll be right back.